Hello my dear children, welcome back once again to English time. Hope all of you are doing well at home. No, not happy. Children, what happened? No outing, right? No way to go anywhere. നമുക്ക് ചുറ്റുമുള്ള പ്രകൃതിയിൽ എന്ത് നടക്കുന്നു എന്ന് സൂക്ഷ്മമായി നിരീക്ഷിച്ചു പഠിക്കുവാനുള്ള സമയമാണിപ്പോൾ. അതുകൊണ്ട് നല്ല പ്രകൃതി നിരീക്ഷകരാകാം. എന്താ? Observe the nature around you closely. See, we together have been observing nature. Do you know how? Through the lesson. Which lesson? The story, How Far is the River? One thing I am sure, you all have read the old story and you have marked all the difficult lines and words. Am I correct? Did you refer the difficult words in the glossary? Good. Do you remember the things that we did in the last class? I gave you an activity too. Did you do that? I hope all of you did that. Very good. Did you send them to your teacher? Very nice. I too got some of them. Shall we see some samples? Let's have a close look to the activity. This was the sentence given in the first column. And you were asked to write adjectives from that sentences. Wasn't that the task? Good. Now, shall we see some answers? Here are they. Now, let's have a check on the describing words given here. I think one or two describing words are missing here. Can you say them? Correct. One is steep. Then what is the next? Exactly, green. Green describes ferns, right? Did you write all these words? Did you miss any word? You can add this word to the list. Okay. I hope your idea on adjectives are clearer now. Fine. Let's come back to our story. Which story? The story, How Far is the River? Tell me, where is the boy now? Has he reached the river? No, he is on the way to the river, isn't he? Do you remember the major events in the story? We fixed them. We discussed these events in the third part of our English time. Do you remember? Tell me the first event of the story. The boy wanted to see the river, so he started to the river. That is the first event of the story. Now the second event. Correct. The boy saw a woodcutter, right? And the third one? The boy saw a girl. That's right. What did the boy ask her? Yeah, about the distance to the river. Did he get the right answer? No, the girl had no idea of that. So she gave a wrong information about the distance to the river. These were the major events we discussed. We got a detailed idea about the path and the scenes around. Now, tell me the next main event. Come on. The boy saw someone. Who? Yeah, a village boy. Am I right? And the last one, the boy reached the river. Are there any difficult lines in this story part? Any tough sentences? Any words? Shall we discuss all this in detail? പ്രയാസം തോന്നിയ ഭാഗങ്ങളൊക്കെ വിശദമായി തന്നെ നമുക്ക് ചർച്ച ചെയ്യാം. അതിനു മുൻപ് ആ ഭാഗമൊന്ന് വായിച്ചാലോ? The text will be seen on the screen. What will you do? Yeah, read. I will read aloud and you can follow me. Okay. Presently, he saw another boy ahead of him, driving a few goats down the path. How far is the river? He asked. The village boy smiled in a friendly way and said, Oh, not far, just round the next hill and straight down. The boy, feeling hungry, unwrapped his loaf of bread and broke it in halves, offering one portion to the village boy. They sat on the hillside and ate in silence. When they had finished, they walked on together and began talking and talking. The boy did not notice the smarting of his feet and the heat of the sun and the distance he had covered and the distance he had yet to cover. But after some time, his companion had to diverge along another path and the boy was once more on his own. He missed the village boy. He could not be seen. His own home was also hidden from view by the side of the mountain. The river was not in sight either. He began to feel discouraged. He was sorry he had finished the bread. He might want it later. He was determined to see the river. He walked on along the hot, dusty, stony path, past mud huts and terraced fields until there were no more fields or huts, only forest and sun and loneliness. Now there was no man or any sign of man's influence, only trees and rocks and bramble and flowers, only silence. The silence was impressive and a little frightening. It was different from the silence of a room or street. It was the silence of space, of the unknown, the silence of God. Then, as the boy rounded a sharp bend, the silence broke into sound. A sudden roaring sound, the sound of the river. Far down in the valley, the river tumbled over the rocks. The boy gasped and began to run. He slipped and stumbled, but still he ran. Then he was ankle deep in the painfully cold mountain water, and the water was blue and white and wonderful. Have you read the passages? Which are the main events you noticed in this part? Can you say the first event? Yeah, we know that. The boy saw a village boy. That's all right. Now the next one. They ate the bread together. Good. And then they walked together and the village boy went another way. That is correct. Again, the boy walked towards the river. Something is said about the areas he had covered. Can you say? Yeah, he walked past muddy huts, terraced fields. Then it was silence all around, wasn't it? There was one last event. Tell me, what was that? Yeah, very good. The boy saw the river. What did he do as soon as he saw the river? He ran to the water, got into the river. He stood ankle deep, enjoying the beauty of the water. Right? So, these are the main ideas we got from this story. Anything more? Yes, some details are there in the passages. What are they? Details about the path, about the village part and the houses, about the forest and the river. We can go to the details now. Okay? May I ask you some questions? This is my first question. We saw the boy saw another village boy. Where was the boy? To his front or to his back? Front. Good. What is the word used there to get that idea? Ahead. Nice. So that is clear now. The boy asked the same questions to the village boy too. What was the question? Yeah, how far the river was. Did he get an answer? He got an answer, right? He got an idea that the river was not much far, just a little away, right? Here we see that a friendship is developed between the boys. How do we know that? Correct. They shared the bread together. What quality of boy is seen here? He has a sharing attitude. Where was the bread from? The boy had taken that from his house when he started the journey. Don't you remember that? Very good. Let me give a small task here. You have notebook and pen with you, haven't you? Here is the task. What is the meaning of the word unwrapped here? I shall give you 3 options. Pick out the correct one and write it in your notebook. Okay. See, the words are on the screen. What have you written? Open. That is correct. He unwrapped the bread means he opened the cover of the bread. We have seen a word opposite to meaning to this word in the first part. Do you remember? Wrap. Exactly. He wrapped the bread in the newspaper. That was a sentence. Very nice. What did the boys do after finishing eating? They walked together and talked each other. Their talk was good to the boy. Do you know how this talk was good to him? This is given in the last paragraph of page number 11. Did you notice that? For some time, he didn't notice something. What? Yeah. The heat of the sun, the pain of his feet, and the distance he covered, and the distance yet to cover. I told you about the pain on his feet. Which word gives you the idea, the pain? Can you say? Have you got it? Yeah, smarting of the feet. Smarting means pain. After some time, the village boy went another way. How did the boy feel then? Okay, we will be happy when we get a companion while we are traveling, right? Which line shows that the boy get an attachment to the village boy? It is there on page number 12. Have you seen that? What is that sentence? Yeah, he missed the village boy. Now look at the second paragraph. We get some ideas about the land he had covered. What are they? First, about the path. How was that? Yes, dusty, stony. Correct. Hot, dusty, and stony. The path was hot because of sunlight. Full of dust, dusty. Then, yeah, full of stones, stony, right? That's all about the path. Now, what is more? Something is said about the houses. How were the houses? Mud huts. Were they big houses? No, just like huts. Okay. And about the fields? Yeah, they are terraced fields. What idea have you got from this? Look at this picture, maybe like this. Fields in several raised steps. The boy passed mud huts and terraced fields. How was the land after that? Yeah, only forest. Only forest and loneliness. No man near, right? What all things did the boy see in the forest? Trees, brambles, rocks and flowers, right? What are brambles? Any idea? These are the pictures of brambles. Have a look. Thorny bushes like these, they are called brambles. They may have fruits too, as you see here. Clear now? How was the silence there in the forest? How did he feel it? Two words are used to describe silence there: impressive and frightening. Frightening much? No, not much. Slightly frightening. The silence changed suddenly. How was it changed? What was the sound? Yeah, the sound of the river. He reached the river, didn't he? How was the sound of the river? A roaring sound. Have you heard the sound of the rivers? Are the sound the same always? Let us watch some sounds of the rivers. This is the roaring sound of a river. River has many forms. It has many moods and various sounds. Some are relaxing, that make us calm. Some are frightening, and at times we see the violent nature of the river. Well, let's come back to the boy now. Where is he? See, he is at the river now. What kind of a river did the boy see there? A river tumbling over the rocks like this. What did he do as he saw the river? Yeah, he ran towards the river. Yeah, was it an easy way to go down? No. How do you know that it is not an easy way to go down? We see that he stumbled and slipped. Did he stop running? What does this show? The boy was thrilled to see the river. He stood ankle deep in the water to enjoy the beauty of the river. How was the water in the river felt? Yeah, painfully cold mountain water. What are the descriptive words used here to describe mountain water? Cold. Cold only? No, painfully cold. What idea did you get from it? Yeah, the extreme cold made some sort of pain. That much cool was the water. Why is that much cool? Can you say the answer? Yes, it is coming from the mountain. Mountain water is always cool. Have you ever touched mountain water? It is always cool. What is the feeling of the boy now? Happiness? Fear? Surprise? The boy is excited and surprised by the experience on the river. This is really an unforgettable experience in his life. മറക്കാനാവാത്ത ഈ സംഭവം അവൻ ആരോടെങ്കിലും പറയാതെ പറ്റുമോ? ആരോട് പറയും? അച്ഛനോടും അമ്മയോടും പറയുമോ? Whom will he say about this? He should share this experience to someone. So he decided to write a letter to his friend. How would be that letter? What all things would he write in that letter? That is your task. You should prepare a letter of the boy. Share it to your teacher. I think you all know how to write a letter, don't you? Any doubts? No problem. A sample of letter is given on page 17 of your textbook. You will get an idea about the form of the letter. Study that and prepare the letter. Okay? Good luck. We will meet in the next English time. Have a nice day. Bye.